free vibrations of a spring. The aim of this experiment is to study the undamped free vibration of a spring. Consider a spring whose stiffness is unknown. We know that stiffness of spring can be determined by the expression F by X, where F is force, or say the load applied, and X is the displacement. Say the free length of spring is L. Now as we load some weight on the spring, its length would increase to L1. So the amount of displacement, or say the elongation, can be determined as the difference of these two lengths. We take ratio of these two values and get the value of stiffness. To average out our observed values, we undertake this task for different values of load. We can also measure the time period of that particular system experimentally, and to determine it theoretically, we use the standard equation of time period, that is 2 pi root m by k, where m is and k is the spring stiffness. Now let's perform the experiment. So this is our setup. Here we have a spring. The spring has a diameter of 35 mm and its free length is 100 mm. So to check the length of a spring, please note that you have to start from a point, go over the loop and arrive to the same point. So that is 1 turn. So if you start from here, you can come back here. So that is 1 turn. Again second, again third. So the total number of turns are, that is 12. We have got 12 turns and the length is measured along this points only. So that is 100 mm. See this. So this is 100 mm. Now we want to study the vibration of this spring and we want to determine the stiffness of this spring. So for this, first of all, we can clamp it here. We tighten this nut so that it gets clamped. Next, we have a pen. So this pen has got a weight of 0.985 kgs. You see, the spring gets elongated. We'll have to measure this length and note it down for calculations. So this is 118. Now we'll give slight disturbance to the system and then we'll measure time taken for 10 oscillations. So let's start. Try to reduce the wobble. This was 2.4 seconds. We'll take one more reading. This is 2.35 seconds, and one more. This is 2.5 seconds. Now let's add 1 kg of weight to this pen and take the readings. We'll again measure the length. This is 133 mm. This was 3.25 seconds. Once more. This was 2.96 seconds. Once more. This is 3.3 seconds. We'll take one more reading. This is 3.23 seconds. So yes, we can average out these four and get the value of time. Now let's add half a kg again. So this is half a kg of weight. This length is 141 mm. .65 seconds. Once more. .67 seconds. Quite magical. Once more. .68 seconds. So this is possibly because the amplitude has increased, so it becomes easy to locate the pen and measure the time. Look at the observation table. The readings are written under the title as in video. For your convenience, to locate it, this title is colored in a shade of peach color. It's obvious that human error would be greatly dominant as the frequency of vibration was too high and the amplitude was very low. So I have watched the video in slow motion and measured the time period for 10 oscillation. Based on that, the time period of one oscillation was calculated and it's written under the title measured in slow motion video. It's marked in green. Now we can calculate the spring stiffness by putting in the values of M and K. Note that the spring stiffness is in Newton, hence mass must be multiplied by 9.81. This is gravitational constant. Using this value of stiffness, we can calculate the time period of system by the equation 2 pi root m by k. Look at the difference in the theoretical and the actual values of time period. They are quite in range. Hence, by this method, we can find the value of stiffness of spring and the time period, and also we can state that the equation of time period, that is t equals to 2 pi root m by k, holds true.